What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another FIFA 20 video. We are going to be doing our third episode of Squad Building Sunday. However, we're going to add a little bit of a twist to it. We're actually going to review the player beforehand and then kind of show the squads, afterwards. So for today, the player is Kalvin Phillips, and he is a card that is super in demand. As far as, my review for him goes, he is an insane card. I've heard a lot of people have been using him at center back. His top thing is Shadow. He turned into a 96 rated center back. I personally would probably play him at center back because he's an absolute beast. It's just he has 3-star for weak foot and skill moves. So it's a little hard to include him in that midfield when there's, better alternatives to use. But as a center back, he's 96. He is a 97 CDM if you don't mind the 3-star, as well as he's 96 rated at right back and left back. And this card's an absolute beast with a shadow on. He's got 98 pace. He's got 87 pace, 88 shooting, 89 dribbling, 91 defending, 93 passing, 96 physicality. This team of the season card is an absolute monster. At 5'10" too, he's got a pretty decent height. He's an unreal card. So that's why I decided to choose him today for Squad Building Sunday. If you guys do have the coins, I do recommend buying this card. He's an absolute beast. I would wait a little bit more throughout the week. I think he's going to drop a little bit lower come Monday and Tuesday because there'll really be no demand for this card. And I think you can pick him up, use him in your squads, and I guarantee he will improve. And I really do like his price at, $930K on Xbox, $990 on PS4. I think it's a pretty good deal for, a card like that. In my opinion, he's pretty much on level with Hullet. Obviously, Hullet's got a little bit more height, and he's got better skill moves in weak foot, which is why Hullet's obviously more expensive. So getting on to the actual squad building part of this, for the squads today that the viewers put together, we had a 4.5 million coin budget, no icons, and a max of 3 English players. We're going to be grading them on creativity and, what's the most meta to use in a weekend league team. So, getting into the first squad here, again by Muja. I believe he won most creative last time around. He was telling me that, this squad was going to be a little bit disappointing. And taking a look at this one, it's not all that bad, to be fair. Coming in at 2.4 million, which is, pretty cheap, considering that a few of these cards, are already in the club, like Rooney and stuff. And honestly, I do like this team a lot. The Phillips on 10 Ken right there with a Rooney, and Rooney is an absolute beast, so that's a very good combination. With a Royce, Kimmich, and Bellarabi. Bellarabi is really good on that right side, Sterling's on the left too. Probably move Royce up into that cam spot, Kimmich down to like a CDM, or maybe, I'm not too sure what formation you'd run in a game. But you have Fuchs and then Alaba on that left side. And then, the team of the season card in the central and goalkeeper spot. And then DaCosta on the right. Both a pretty solid team. Would I use in a weekend league team? Maybe. I think the defense is pretty solid. It's just what do you do in that, defensive midfield? And can you, handle the counterattacks coming in? So far, pretty decent side to start off. Next one is by Pontus here. And he has a squad worth 4.5 mil. He's got the new Watkins card up at top with Phillips and then Pereira right there on the cam spots. Sterling and Neymar on the left and right. I believe you drop Phillips into that midfield with Fernandinho. And then in the back you have Fabio, Gomez, David Luiz, Bellerin, and Team of the Year, Alisson. This is a really good side. The only thing that I'm not a huge fan of is that Sterling. I don't think his gold card is really that good, as well as the Bellerin and Fabio, but nonetheless, still a very good side. Good linking too, a few different leagues in here, and he was able to put it all together. Next up, we have one from Sav here, and this one is including a lot of those team of the season cards, which I really do enjoy. I think this is one of the more creative sides, that we have a ton of different leagues in here, from the Championship to the Premier League to Serie A, so a very creative side. Here we have the easy up at top, Phillips and Pereira again in the cam. Probably drop Phillips again down next to Lucas Leiva, who should have gotten a bigger boost in my opinion. Did not serve him justice. He's been very good this season. He was probably the most consistent out of everybody in that community team this season. Lucas and Benarama on the left and right. And then I do like the Algerian link right there from Goulam and Benrahma. Juan Jesus, Luis Felipe in the back with Emerson, and then Ali Son. Very solid side, very cheap. This one is probably one of the more creative sides we've seen so far. Next up, we have a side from John. We have Phillips starting at the top with Trent and Pereira again at the cam. We've seen a common use of Phillips and Pereira. Even in Weekend League, I've seen Pereira used a lot. He's a very decent card too, Pereira, and I do highly recommend, if you're going to get Phillips, you might as well get that Pereira as well. He links it well with Felipe Anderson, then Renan Lodi. Then you have the Lacazette at center mid with the 7 chem, which is a little bit, a little bit iffy on that side. You have Trent, Pereira, and Lacazette all on 7 chem. So it'll be interesting to see how they would really play out. Silva on the right, Cancelo on the right as well. And then the Umtiti and Varane in the back with Courtois in net. Very good side. And again, just another good use of those EFL Team of the Seasons. Next up, we have AB Sports. The squad coming at 3.4 mil. Up top, he's got Phillips, Benrahma, and Sterling with Mahrez, Atoll, and Casemiro in the midfield. A very good backline of Bernat, Marquinhos, Militao, and Semedo with Courtois in net. A very good side. However, I believe you would play Phillips up top. I don't really think Phillips is a good enough striker with the 3-star. That weak foot will probably let you down a little bit in finishing areas. However, maybe move Phillips down into the midfield, and this is a very solid side. Next up, we have Foot Squad Builder with a very, very interesting side. A very creative one for 3 mil. We got the Argentinians over there in the left attack, and then on the right we have those English guys ready to go with the championship players. Then Umtiti and Semedo in the back with Mukiel and Lloris, and then Angelino too. A very good side and very creative using all these different ones. Finally, to finish off, we have a squad from Andrew here. Cristiano up top with Bernardo Silva on the right, and then you have the EFL Championship midfield with Easy Swift and Phillips, and then the back line is just absolutely amazing. You have Renan Lodi, Militao, Varane, Cancelo, and Courtois. That is one of the better backlines I've seen so far today. And then you have Douglas Costa on the left. The only little con of that side is that Bernardo Silva, but you do have to get Cristiano on full chem, so that there's not really too much else you can do. And that'll pretty much wrap it up for this video. I'd have to say the 2 winners are going to be, for most creative, it goes to Sav for his really, really creative side right here, linking with the Algerians. And then the most meta, or side I would probably use was that last one with the Cristiano, the Swift, and Phillips and all that by Andrew. That was a really good side, and I definitely would use that. And as for the Phillips, again, like I said, he's an absolute beast. I think he's more of a defensive beast than an attacking beast, but nonetheless, a very good card. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please drop a like on this video, and if you guys are new around here, make sure you guys subscribe. Till next time.